Lower home demand. This means a lower home price. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I would like to share with you some of the real estate market update, the regular general update on Monday, and I'm more than happy to share with you one of the information I think is very critical for the real estate market nowadays, which is the demand. Okay, the demand of housing in Arizona has been dropped this week. Okay, why? How can I say so? Let's take a look of the data that we have right here. All right, in front of you here is the number of listings under contract by week, and the purple line that you see here is the for the year of 2024. Obviously, you see here, even though it is not a clear color, but the other lines for previous year is the listing under contract of the same week for previous year, right? We have been under all these three lines. Okay. Now with the drop, you can see that. Yeah. So that's that you see here is first of all, it has been trending down from week 16, week 18 of this year already because of the increase. I'm sorry, because of the reduction of interest rate starting the end of September. There's a high demand going up. Okay, we had a slight demand up. Okay, slight up in the demand, slightly up in the demand. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Slightly up in the demand, right? And however, we can see that for the last 2 weeks, we don't see any indication of the number of listing under contract could go above the maximum number of listings under contract in September. That indication that tells us that the demand has been plateaued out. It doesn't have the momentum to continue going up anymore. All right. Some of you might ask, why? Why is that the case for the last 2 weeks? One reason I can say maybe people still think right now home price is still high, right? Therefore, I don't want to make the decision right now. The second reason is the majority of people, home buyer, are going to wait for the election result, and the election is coming up as well already. So for those of you who haven't registered to vote yet, do so. Okay, regardless of whether you like who and you hate who, registers to vote and make sure that your opinion counts. Okay, all right. Anyhow, let's come back to our presentation. They mainly wait for the election result. Okay, they don't know what it is, and how it will impact. They know what all everyone thinking is maybe the election, the home price will go down. So that's the reason why they wait. The third reason is that we actually in contradictory with a lot of people thinking after the Fed reduced the interest rate, the mortgage interest rate is actually get higher as of right now. It's already go back to 6.36, which is the highest interest rate for compared for the last 2 months. Okay, so we have a higher interest rate compared to the end of September, and I think that's the main reason why the demand dropped again. Okay, now what is your opinion? I would love to hear about your thought in this matter. Put in the comments below to see whether you think a high home price is the reason, the wait for the election is the reason, or the high interest rate is the reason. Right? If you think of other options, feel free to put it down as well. We'd love to hear your opinion about this. Okay? So obviously you see that the listing under contract represent the demand of housing on the market, right? So the demand goes lower, then what happened to the price? What happened to the price is kind of difficult to say if you only looking at the demand, because that is just all lessons told everyone. The demand is only one equation, okay, one part of the equation. We also have to look at, yeah, the active listing, which show the supply of housing on the market. Okay, so here's the active listing number right here. And I also gonna highlight only 1 year because that is the most important. Obviously, you see it has been increased. Okay, and it's maybe another 2 or 3 weeks. We are going to reach the maximum number of 2022. This line right here, in fact, is the number of active listing in 2022. And what happened in the end of 2022? We have a very high number of supplies of houses on the market toward the end, right here around October and November of 2022. And we are trending to that. In fact, our peak is probably a little bit, if not more, way much higher than the active listing right here, based on the trend that we see right now. So the active listing showing the supply of houses available on the market, and we do have a problem here. Okay, so the number of active listing getting as the number of the active listing getting higher, and the demand actually goes lower, which means there's more pressure for the price to go down. And I think that the reason why I emphasize is very critical for the buyer to actually not wait, but act right now. Some of you may ask, hi, home prices is actually going down. So why do you recommend me to buy? And it's simply reason is this, okay? Number one, we don't have a lot of competitors on the market, right? That means you have more negotiation power to the seller, and further drop the price. If you think, let's discuss with your agent, okay? If you don't have an agent, great, contact me. Discuss with your agents about a specific strategy in negotiation to get you the lower price. I'm sorry, to the lower price. Okay, if we can foresee based on the data as of today, we can see that there's a high chance that the home price will go down. How much? Who knows, right? Because we don't know what we don't know what happened in the future. But let's discuss with your agent about your specific situation. Perhaps stick with one number and use that number as the negotiation number for all the houses that you like. Okay, and based on that, continue to negotiate because the seller will be more likely to accept your offer because they do not. It's a fact. They do not have other options neither. Right? So don't be scared about a number that you feel too low, or maybe the home price will continue to go down. Here's the thing, you already negotiate for the price that is lower than the market value, so you are protected there. Okay, so that's my recommendation for the buyers. For the seller, it is highly critical for you right now to be in the competitive environment with other available active listing on the market. You have to make your home stand out. If you have to highlight a unique feature of the property. For example, if you do have a back to a lake, right? You have a home that has a lake view. That is a selling point right there. Because and you have to emphasize, right? You or your real estate agent have to emphasize that. Make sure that you say, hey, this home is great. We have a lake view backyard. The other houses do not, so check it out. Okay, so that is use a specific feature of the property to highlight it and to make sure to get the value for your property. All right. Now, oh well, this is what we see so far. Supply is way much more than the demand. Okay, right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching today episode. And if you do have any question about today's episode or anything about the real estate market, feel free to let me know. My phone number 480-480-7948. Thank you. Bye bye.